Tess and Tessa and Aiden. We are just reminding ourselves how to voice this 3-4 time signature instead of ba 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 ba. We're going to work together and voice it with our note names. Okay? So get your left foot tapping. 1, 2, 3, go. 2/8 quarter, 2/8, 2/8, 2/8, 4, 6 notes. Awesome. The new learning is going to be not for this week, but for next week, because I'm giving you 2 assignments so that on the recital day, you'll have a whole week worth of new rhythm assignments. And it has something to do with a note an idea of a note called a tie. If I have a quarter note and another quarter note put together, how many counts would that be?
2.
Yeah, 2. Oh, not quite, Cole, but it would be 2 counts. And so that would equal a half note as long as we didn't clap this one again. And the way we can do that is tie them together with this little smiley face. It just ties them together and it equals the exact same thing as a half note. So, also, if we erase this, another example would be if we had 2/8 notes. If we put both of them together and tied them, it would equal the same thing as 1/4 note. It's just a different way to write it. Okay? Kate, can you come up and draw another idea of how we could, well, give me the marker for just a second. What's another way of writing a whole note if you were going to use ties over here? Good catch. Ooh, I'm actually glad you did that because I think it brings up a good point. You'd have to add some. Okay, first we're going to go back to remembering if we took one of these 16th notes, it would look like this. And 4 of them put together equals 1 count. But if we took one of them, it only equals a 1/4 of a count. So 4/4, if we flag all of them together, and we just added them together, equal, 4/4 equal what?
1.
1 whole. Or 1 quart, 1 beat.
4/4.
Equal 1, 4/4 equal 1. So all this together equals 1. Does 1 equal 4? No. So we have to find 2 notes that we can use to tie together to equal 4 counts. What's another idea? Okay, 4 quarter notes. And if we didn't want them to sound different than this, we have to tie them together. All right.
That's 4 eyes.
Yeah, it's 4 eyes. So kids on the video, she's got 4 quarter notes here. We're just going to show that these are a little bit, sometimes the stems start looking like note heads and the note heads start looking like stems. So that would equal 4 counts. But another way to do it, if you're just tying 2 notes together, because that is usually what we do, is a half note tied to a half note.
Now it just has 2 eyes.
Yeah. But if you just had a quarter note over there, can you draw a quarter note over there? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's draw 2 eighth notes over there. This is a little bit trickier, but you can make this quad sound the same as that if you tied the middle together. This gets a little bit trickier, but right now we're going to talk about that more and more and more. But it's, oh, actually, you would be tying, you'd be tying those two together. I'm sorry, I was wrong. You'd be tying, two smiley faces, because a quarter of a count and a quarter of a count equals a half. And that's what one of those equals, and half plus a half equals 1. So two eighth notes equals 1 count. So you could make this by tying these two right here, okay? But right now our most simple form is just knowing that if you put 2 notes together and put that little smiley face next to them, it turns into just adding the note values together, the 2 note values together. So we're going to finish the video with adding these ties right here and here, and seeing that it also makes it look like it makes it sound like just 3 quarter notes. Okay, and I'm going to teach you how I want you to voice the tie. Can you see right here with the video? Instead of ba 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 ba, I want you to actually hold your hands together for this because of the tie and go ba 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 I want you to close your lips and do it like a little ba 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 So then we are telling our listener we know it's a tie and that what's written are actually some eighth notes. But it sounds with our clap, and if we were playing it on the piano, just like 3 quarter notes. That sounds just like that. So this is the new concept, is how to do a tie. And so in your Masters of the Rhythm, you're going to start seeing notes tied together, and I want you to start practicing, not this week, but next week, how to tie those notes together. And the last thing before we turn off the video, let's do a new video.